Hey, pod kids. So this is a solo pod. I'm something new. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna have my friends come over, and we're gonna catch up. Well, we're gonna talk about certain topics, and I guess I just wanted to bang out more pods. And for today's episode, I have Ali. So he's my business partner. He's my best friend, and we talk about productivity. Hanash. We talk about what tips you constantly hear that you just can't do. We talk about what he and I have improved, personally in terms of productivity and other tips and apps, Hanash, that we would like to share with all of you. So, yeah, if you're into that kind of thing, this pod's for you. Wake Up with Jim and Saab is exclusively on Spotify.
If you want to start your own podcast, check out anchor.fm. And if you like the podcast, make sure to follow on Spotify.
Also, share your stories
And
tag us on at Wake Up with Jim and Saab on Instagram and at ano ba?
Di ko alam.
Anyway, ito na yung show. Hi, Ali.
Hi, Jim.
So, so ito. The funny thing is, you are currently running Linya Linya. The retail side, yung content side, business partnership. So, sa mga brand manager dyan, sa mga marketing, just DM nyo na lang si Adi. You also have a podcast, di ba? You just moved into a new place. So basically, ang dami nangyayari sa buhay mo. Di ba? And somehow, sinabi ko dun sa intro ng pod na we always end up talking about like ano yung latest productivity thing natin, organization. Do you think ngayong quarantine ka talagang really devoted time and energy into really figuring out yung sarili mong workflow?
I think so. Kasi I think forced din akong gawin yun eh. Kasi na-shake up yung the usual ko before eh. No, kasi parang sanay ka na for how many years na nag-work even before linya-linya, may sarili ka ng style or parang flow. Sabay nag-pandemic, nag-iba lahat ng nangyari. No? So parang forced ka rin to revisit eh. Yung paano ka nagtatrabaho and nag-work pa ba yung mga ginagawa mo before.
Ano yung mga instance na na-feel mo na shit, hindi na pala ito gumagana?
Wala na akong masulat, wala akong magawa. I mean, oo, kasi parang parang sasakyan din eh. Minsan yung pagsusulat eh, kailangan mo ng gas eh. And kung wala na yung usual gas station mo para mag-refill ng fuel sa creativity, parang mauubusan ka. Eh dati sa akin, yung normal na routine ko siguro yung commuting, talking to people. Marami akong napupulot from mga
So that's on the creative side,
Yeah.
no? Pero yung how about yung parang your time management, yung pag-prioritize mo, yung pag-organize mo ng kasi I guess part of what you do, kasi I think all of your whole career now, everyone is thinking about today. You have to think about today, tomorrow, next week, next year, 2 years from now. 'Di ba? So, kaya ako tinatanong to na parang, nung quarantine lang ba, ngayong quarantine, since, parang mas naramdaman mo, shit, I have to manage myself better.
Yeah. Kasi, well, siguro sabay din ng, ng growth din ng mga ventures natin, ng linya-linya, ng pod. Siguro pre-pandemic, iba pa rin naman yung nangyayari eh. And ngayon habang nag-grow tong mga to, mas kailangan kong tignan na nga yung beyond today. And mas mag-plan na. Kasi lumalaki din yung team eh. So hindi na lang yung sarili kong output yung iniisip ko. No?
Siguro kaya ako na napaisip ng ganyan. Kasi before pandemic, actually, I would go to the office and then, ginawa ko pala, by the way, ito yung exercise na ginawa ko sa sarili ko. So, last year, I realized yung team wasn't being as efficient as possible. I felt like everything I was saying, nagsasayang ako ng laway. Parang ganon. So I was frustrated na hindi na-implement yung gusto ko. I was frustrated na I felt like I did so much for the day and then I ended up not doing anything really. Alam mo yun, parang I wish there were moments na I'd go to bed thinking, ay nako, relax ako, hindi ko tinapos to. Ganon. So what I did was nag step back ako, tapos dinagay ko sa spreadsheet parang all my activities pre-pandemic and the first 2 months of the pandemic. So dinagay ko lahat ng activities and ilang hours ang ginagastos ko. Okay? Tapos kinompare ko. And na-realize ko na one, marami palang mga points for improvement. Pero pangalawa, mas efficient pa ako now that I'm working from home. And I saw na, also another thing, I deal kasi a lot with with dad guilt. Kasi matindi. Alam mo naman yun eh. And then when I looked at it from that perspective, I was like, oh shit. Wow, more than 40% of my day is spent with my kids. Di ba? Parang, not all parents can say that. Di ba? Parang X number of hours. And when I compared it to pre-pandemic, it's like, oh, wow. Like, for example, the time on the road. Di ba? 2 hours, 2 to 4 hours a day. So, by doing that exercise, naiyas ko, okay, cool. I don't have to be so hard on myself. But at the same time, marami akong sabi ko, okay, I really have to focus and I have to master this. Kaya, it's only nung pandemic ako parang, okay, this is something na talagang research ko, aaralin ko to, talagang, and before, diba, alam mo naman yun, like, lagi kong hinihiritan si Saab kasi ang dami niyang hanash, ang dami niyang she has a new app, she has a new thing, ganyan. And ako, personally, just like recipes, I don't like following recipes, but I like getting the basics and then making my own. Okay? So, kaya tayo napunta dito. Kaya lagi tayong nag-uusap ng ganito and kaya tayo laging, we end every meeting with, what have you tried? Ganyan. So, siguro, now that ganun ko siya linatag, do you think pareho ba tayo?
Walang pareho dun sa sinabi mo sa ginagawa ko. Ibang-iba yung approach mo talaga. And I think yun nga yung magandang thing eh. Kasi nga magkaiba tayo. So, may napupulot ako laging bago every time we talk. No? Sa akin, hindi ko alam kung may napupulot ka. Pero ayun. I think yung maganda naman na ay parang hindi naman natin fino-force fit yung mga sarili natin sa iisang template na na way to be productive, no? Parang yun, and sa akin yun nga yung pag-personalize din ng productivity, no?
Ano yung nakita mong, let's say kunwari, syempre hindi mo naman siguro spreadsheet, di ba? Pero ano yung nakita mong, oh no, parang ito pala yung, grabe, what an incredible time waster. Like, what's one thing that you realized after a year or whatever na, oh my God, dami ko palang sinasayang na oras dito. Ano?
Ako yung yung paglatag muna ng lahat ng mga gagawin mo and trying to prioritize, trying to parang enumerate yun from 1 to 10, ano yung pinakamahalaga. Kasi ang tendency ko, and I'm pretty sure yung mga ibang listeners na parang yung tingin nila sa lahat ng tasks for the day are the same. May same weight. And ngayon na parang, yun, natutuhan ko yun from you yung pag-prioritize. Or parang ilatag mo muna lahat para mawala na siya sa system mo. Then, tignan mo yung mga to. Then, itry mo silang i-rearrange. Kasi ang tendency ko talaga noon, banat lang ng banat eh. Hanggang maubos. Then, pag naubos siya, okay, makakatulog ako ng mabuti. Parang ganun.
Oh, ang problema lang sa ganun, 'di ba, is like you like definitely when you have a long list, ang usually mangyayari diyan, the things that you don't want to do, 'di ba? Are usually the things that you really really have to do. Tas ang mangyayari, uubusin mo lahat ng energy mo for more fun, more or kahit nga more administrative tasks, 'di ba? Like madali lang naman na order air fryer. 'Di ba? Punta ka Lazada, bili ka. Pero syempre nakakakuha yun ng brain power, space, energy. So you realize na oh shit, kailangan ko palang gawin to. Ano yung breaking point? Paano mo na feel na fuck, kailangan ko na gawin tong mag-set aside time and prioritize like all the things that I have to do?
Nagsispill over kasi nagsispill over yung ibang tasks eh. Tapos yun nga, minsan, yung pinakamahalaga yung natutulak. So parang may feeling ka na ang dami mo nagawa. Pero yun, yung sinasabi mo na feeling mo ang dami mong ginawa. Pero may nagawa ka ba talaga? Kasi yun nga eh, may tendency na na iniiwasan mo yun. Pero kung yun yung pinakamahalaga, di you'd rather focus on that tas ma-push muna yung iba. Kasi nga yun ito yung priority, ito yung pinaka may malaking impact sa business or sa mga ginagawa mo. Di mas okay pa na naubos yung oras mo on that day. At least sa day na yun tapos na siya. As opposed to napupush na napupush, ang dami mo nagawa pero maliit yung impact naman dun sa ginagawa mo.
And I'm sure for creatives who are listening, no, I mean, like, ikaw, I think a prime example of this happening is like you. I know how you work. I know that naka-glue ka literally sa phone mo. Diba? Parang every comment, every email, papatol ka talaga.
Yeah.
Parang, you'll really give yourself to. And then suddenly, at the end of the day, there's a typo. Like, or something that you didn't see. Diba? Or a mistake. Pero that small mistake is for like a very, very big part of the business or your personal well-being. And it will ruin all the things you did. Diba? Like, you did 10 tasks na scratch mo, sarap-sarap ng feeling mo. And then si task number 11, yung hindi mo nagawa, and then bagsak yung buong moral mo. And I guess I think that's really one thing that I've always preached this, pero it's only nung quarantine ko talagang sabi ko, I'm gonna parang it was more for me mental health ko na eh. Parang kasi before, like when I'd go to the office, there was a feeling of fulfillment eh. Parang seeing people, saying something, interaction, the social aspect of it na, oh, you're affecting other people, you're creating these different, energy, di ba? May energy. So pag-uwi mo, kahit hindi mo nagawa yung mga dapat mong gagawin, in fairness, parang feel mo like, dami ko nagawa today. And when you take out that social aspect, you're left to your own thoughts. Di ba? So ako, yun yung nangyari sa akin eh. So, I'm so critical of myself. So, dun talaga ako, I mean, that was like a very, very major struggle. So, if ikaw, tanungin kita, like, what is one thing that you keep hearing that people are telling you to do? Like, whether it's in podcasts, you see it on your feed, na this is the new thing, you should not be blah. What is the one rule, tip, parang a productivity guide na nakikita mo lagi pero hindi mo talaga magawa?
tinuro mo sa akin to eh. Yung, yung parang pag-calendar na parang per hour based calendar. Per hour. Parang may
Ah.
term silang ginagamit. Si Elon Musk ba yung nagturo nito? Yung boxing. Yung
Batching?
batching pala. Na parang
Ah.
per hour, ilagay mo to dito. Ito lang yung gagawin mo for that hour. For ilang minutes. Tapos mag-focus ka lang dun. Gusto ko yung idea na yun eh. Pero hindi ko talaga siya magawa.
Bakit?
No, kasi sabi ko, galing nito ah. Okay, next video. Uy, NBA highlights. Ay, galing ni Lance Stephenson ngayon ah. Anyway, so parang how I wish ganun yung parang programmed yung utak ko. Pero kasi I also thrive in parang flexibility, yung pagiging fluid. Riding on yung flow, rhythm, momentum. Nagzo-zone kasi ako eh kapag may ginagawa ko. Pero siguro again, this is more for baka creativity talaga na part.
Oo.
No? Pero, yun, parang...
Pero do you find yourself na if it's like administrative or something na kailangan, like a report or something you need to fill or up or whatever, kaya mo bang yun? Kaya mo bang...
Yeah, I think kaya ko, pero hindi pa rin siya ganun ka specific. Parang naka-zoom out pa rin ako ng konti. For example, iset ko yung day ko, pwedeng may 1 hour ako to do all those things. 1 hour or 2 hours, parang ganun. Hindi siya parang, okay, for 10 minutes, I'll reply sa email. Okay, for the next 20 minutes, ganito. Parang hindi siya ganun ka-specific eh. Parang kailangan ko pa rin nung certain level of freedom to do to do different things at a certain time.
Which I think is which I think is correct. Hindi naman, ewan ko parang ako rin naman, I tried that. Tinanay ko na din before like parang 8:15 to 8:45. The math alone of like, okay, I have 1 minute takbo and it didn't work eh. Parang maganda naman yung ganung windows. Pero let's say kunwari yung window, siguro yung hindi ba yung struggle mo is if kunwari habol mo flexibility, hindi ba dapat yung windows mo, you can still do the windows pero with flexibility and based on your brain power. I guess yun yung natutunan ko naman. Na iba-iba yung tao, di ba? Like kunwari ako, for some reason, pagdating sa hapon, hindi ko na talaga kaya hindi ko na kaya anything financials. Like I'm dumb. Parang gano'n. But if first thing in the morning, tutugtog pa ako music, sumasayaw-sayaw pa ako, feel ko, enjoy ko. But some people, yung ibang tao naman, kung ano yung natural talent nila, yun yung first thing that they can really do in the morning. Like, some people, kunwari, okay, let's say, can write songs as soon as they wake up. Yun yung trip nila. Ikaw, parang that's why, I think yun yung I think yun yung balance ng sinasabi mong boxing by the minute thing and your flexible thing. Pero before you even do that, I think kailangan mong aralin sarili mo. Like, saan ka pa magaling? Diba? Saan ka pa magaling? Mali pala ako sa saan ka magaling. Saan ba malakas yung utak mo? I mean, is it a morning brain? Is it an afternoon brain? Is it a night brain? And then what type of brain is it? Diba? Parang let's say if you're a night brain, for creativity. Like ako, ganun ako. Pagdating gabi, biglang I can write non-stop. Ikaw, would you know kung ano yung...
Pagtulog ata eh. dami kong panaginip eh. Dami ko nagagawa kapag wala ako sa reality. Hindi, pero I feel parang double shift ako, feeling ko. Kasi sa umaga and sa hapon, doon ko nagagawa yung mga mas administrative, yung meetings.
Ah.
Then kapag gabi na, doon pa lang ako magsisimulang magsulat talaga. Makaisip
So,
ng
pareho tayo.
Kasi ano hindi ako talaga yung tinry ko na rin yan. Yung paggising ko, tatry ko na kagad mapunta sa mode
Sulat.
na yun. Marami akong hanash marami akong ritual para
Mm.
parang feeling ko kailangan ma-stimulate muna
Mm.
yung brain ko, may mag-spark muna throughout the
Mm.
day that will inspire me to write something. Parang ganon.
So baka nga pwede mong gawing parang tatlo lang yung blocks mo. Parang I think if you were to segregate it, and we're doing this para like for people who are listening, na they can apply it to themselves. You obviously, parang kung tingnan mo sarili mo, there are three components of that take up your brain space, 'di ba? It's the administrative, whether that's writing emails, whatever, checking approvals, whatever. And then ako, for me, it's the social thing. It's the meetings. 'Di ba? And then lastly is the creative thing. Alam mo na yung creative is at night. That's your block. And then ikaw na mag-decide. Parang, and I think you make people, I mean, yun yung beauty naman na, we run our business. So you can decide if you want na your social thing, which is the meetings, does it happen in the afternoon? Does it happen
Yeah, siguro ngayon ko lang din na-apply yan kasi parang for the longest time I'm allowing yung mga nangyayari externally, no? Parang inahayaan ko sila, then I'll adapt kung ano man yun. Pero parang by being more deliberate, iba rin no? Na pwede pala. Kunyari, as simple as yung approval. Ang laking change sa araw ko nitong sinimulan nating gawin na may certain blocks lang yung approval. Kasi meron talagang araw na feeling ko, ang ginawa ko lang ay mag-approve. Or parang hinahabol lang ako ng approval sa umaga, sa hapon, bago ko matulog, may approval na naman. So, parang, pwede pala ako mag-set ng time na ito lang. Or yung meetings ay ganito lang. So, yun.
I think, parang, one thing that does is, they call it, the Parkinson's law ata. It's like that apparently there's a study na the amount of time or the amount of ano ba yun yung kumbaga, if the quality of work that you give to someone who is tasked to do it in 1 week would be the same in 3 days. Parang the human brain is just really wired that way. Na parang no matter, like if you tell a person na your paper is due 3 days from now and 1 week from now, the difference of that qualitatively won't be as different. Hindi siya ganun ka-significant. So, if you put blocks nga of specific tasks that you know are recurring, then, alam mo, if kahit spread out ko to buong day na nag-a-approve ako, approval. But if you can squeeze it in an hour where you can really tell yourself, no, this is it, this is the block, I'm gonna do it. Diba? Like, kari ako, I hate, I really, alam ni Saab to, I hate, yung absolute hate ko, filling up forms. As in, it's always, every time, as in habang nagsusulat ako, as in, tangina, sayang sa oras to. Sayang sa oras to. Ay, nako. So, what I did was, I set it in one section of the week lang. I'll only sign forms, checks, like 1 hour in a week. Pero talagang bomba. As in, todo. Which leads me to, yung mine, the thing that I've been trying to do, but have failed, is, I think it would be batching. Yung batching, I think iba yun sa box. Sa box method, whatever nasasabi mo. Yung batching is ito mas medyo wild pa to Parang you batch according to your month, your week, your day. So for example, in a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is administrative stuff. Tuesday, Thursday are podcasts, creative endeavors. Parang ganon.
Mm.
And then, yung thinking behind this is, para tayong computer, na if you switch from Zoom to Chrome to Spotify, maglalag. Di ba?
Mm.
It takes CPU power to switch from one program to the next. I felt that nung super duper peak ng quarantine, na baliw ako, 'di ba? Like, oh my god, ano nangyari? Sira na 'yung mundo. So parang sabi ko, okay Ali, kailangan bomba tayo. And then ako pumunta ako sa cheats. Okay guys, gusto ko every day meron tayong lalabas na video. Tapos parang but the problem with that was I'd sign checks or I'd sign whatever, I'd do financials, and then mag-edit ako ng video. And then 30 minutes later, mag-email ako. 30 minutes later, mag-meeting tayo about brainstorming. So, I realized it was such a waste of time. So, I tried doing it. Di ko lang talaga magawa. Hirap na hirap talaga ako. Pero what I have done is batching it per day. Yung, I think yun yung pinag-usapan natin. Na what I do in the morning, what I do in the afternoon, what I do at night, based on kung saan yung utak ko at that moment in time. Parang afternoon, yun na yung lahat ng stupid. Yung parang low brain stuff ko. So emails, clear my emails. Kaya siguro napapansin mo na parang yung emails ko sunod-sunod. Tapos at a
10:30 ng
certain
gabi.
Hindi.
Okay. Alam ko na. Hindi man lang schedule yung reply ng 7 a.m. Nagre-reply ng 10:30. Okay, sige. Nasa zone to mag-reply. Okay.
So, yun yung, I guess, yun yung I wish I could do. Parang ang saya kung gano'n na you wake up on tomorrow's, what's tomorrow? Thursday. Tomorrow's a Thursday. I know all I'm gonna do is for podcasts. Diba? Or all I'm gonna do, even if corporate ka, let's say corporate, let's say you have a day job. Then you say na, Tuesday, Thursdays, ito yung magzo-zoom ako with my friends. May ganun, di ba? Or, so, I wish I could do that na nakasegment. Pero, ewan ko, parang, wala Ako parang, I guess, nasa-stuck pa rin ako sa, like, nung una kong trinay siya, Ali, nakakatawa Parang, technically kasi the rule of the batching is, let's say Tuesday, administrative work. 2 hours in the day, tapos na ako.
Ano nang gagawin mo?
Oo, parang, I'm gonna do something creative. I'm gonna do something ganyan. So,
Never mo ba naisip na chumil lang? Pwede na pwedeng wala kang gawin? Na pwedeng tumingin ka sa labas ng bintana, amuyin mo yung mga puno, uminom ka ng tubig. Or, alam mo yun? Pwede yun Pwede yun.
Alam mo yung nakakatawa? Nung ginawa ko yung batching na yun, pinakita ko kay Saab. Tapos sabi ni Saab, parang OA naman to kasi meron ako read book, learn something new. Like learn, yun yung ginawa kong parang batching ko in a day. Like parang pag high brain power, parang learn to play the mandolin. Mga ganyan. Learn to play drums. Sabi niya, wala ka bang kahit ano dyan na watch a series? Ganyan. So, well, yun. Tapos, ikaw, my second question siguro is, what is one thing that you are proud na shit? Finally, tagal ko nang, I know I should do this, and finally, nagagawa ko na on a regular basis.
Siguro, before that, pwedeng follow through ko lang dun sa pinag-uusapan natin kasi, yun, nahihirapan din talaga ako na gawin yung parang setting specific tasks on a particular time. Kasi, I play on again, this is on creativity Hindi ito yung, may nag-email, kailangan ko na siyang replyan agad. Pero kunyari, ito rin kasing si Rob Cham, na head of art ng linya-linya. Parang, in a way, nagkakasundo kasi kami sa ganun na kapag may naisip siya, ibabato niya agad sa akin. And may tendency ako na kapag kapag nabasa ko yun and may na-spark na idea sa akin, mahirap siyang iwanan.
Yeah.
Kasi the way my brain functions then parang laging rebuttal eh. Laging may makikita siya tapos may tatry siyang i-absorb tas iti-tweak niya ng konti. So, yun, ang hirap tanggihan ng mga ganong temptation sa akin. And hindi lang kapag may nag-message sa akin ha. Pag may nakita ako sa social media na kahit ano, na isang meme or isang video, may tendency talaga na mawawala ako dun sa sinet kong thing.
Well, I think that's why that's why the key to really the real truth about being productive, organized, and whatever is the first step talaga is awareness, self-awareness. So kung if ikaw alam mong ganun ka, then at least you can create you can forgive yourself.
Yeah, hayaan mo lang, tas adjust ka ulit na okay, sige, lalo na importante yun eh. Yung main task ko ay gumawa ng ideas eh. 'Di ba? So parang pwede ko naman yung unahin, then pwedeng ibabalik lang ulit ako to what I was supposed to do. Parang ganun.
Yeah, kasi I think like I think what I wanna, parang gusto ko sa mga sa tao na it's not just about so on paper you are productive. Awesome. It's not just that it's your sanity eh. Parang what will make you happy, what will make you feel good about yourself at the end of the day. That's it. Kasi ikaw naman yung mabubuhay niyan eh. Kahit naman, all these books say na you have to batch, you have to do this. Putang ina, gusto ko magsuot ng kanta eh. Parang, di ba? Parang, kakatapos ko ng mag-accounting, gusto ko magsuot ng kanta. So what? Di ba? So, what's one thing that you think na, wow, I finally achieved this, na nagawa mo na?
Ako basic lang yung starting the day nga na na nalilist down ko yung mga kailangan kong gawin. Tapos yun nga, parang trying to sort it muna. Kasi ang laking difference
niya. And how do you
niya,
sort it? How do you sort it?
Enumerating. Yun. So,
like para lang if someone wants to try this, paano mo tinitingnan? Like,
binabalikan ko siguro kung ano yung trabaho ko. Kung ang trabaho ko ay, well, siguro pagka, paano ba? Kasi nasa business tayo, so parang yung tinatry kung ano yung may pinakamalaking impact sa sales ng business tsaka sa engagement. So dalawa lang yung iniisip ko lagi for linya-linya. Trabaho ko ay sales and engagement. So parang yung magbibigay ng impact sa sa company na dito sa mga tasks na to. Parang gano'n.
Well, for people who don't own businesses, at least na you have to first know ano yung metrics. Diba? So I think yun yung important na ginawa ni Ali. Alam niya na yung pinaka-importanting grades ko or measurements ko ay sales at engagement. Therefore, yun yung number one mo. Diba? Diba? So, okay. And then maybe, I think yung next level nga nun is after, pero when you write your list, as in literally, mind, vomit, talagang lahat ng nasa utak mo, bam, 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 bam. Ganon, di ba? So, and then you organize it. Maybe ako matagal ko yan yung I'm very happy na parang naging practice ko talaga yan. Pero, I think another thing that's missing is whenever, usually naman yung stressors sa ganyan is if it's dependent on someone else. Gets mo? So, kung sinulat mo dyan, make a new design. And you know that you can't do that na ikaw lang. Diba? You need your team. You need other people. Does that still confuse you? Or ano yung immediate go-to mo when you know na, it's something that's supposed to be delegated or scheduled? Binubura mo?
Hindi ko binubura, pero parang parang ito yung mga bagay na hindi ako yung dapat gumawa. Yun ba?
Kunwari, may sinulat ka, or hindi, parang it's dependent on other
Okay.
people aside from you, or requires more steps. Basically, it's something that you can't scratch off in this window,
Mm-mm.
or you can't do alone.
Hindi ko ata nagagawa yan eh. pero parang ang
Hindi, pero
Oo.
so kunwari, let's say, finalize plans for 2022, kunwari, or something. Alam mo naman na hindi ikaw lang yun.
Mm.
So what do you do if it's on your list? What do you do with it on the list?
Parang naiiwan siya. Naiiwan siya. Parang kapag yun, siguro yun yung hindi ko pa masyadong nagagawa. Parang ang tendency talaga ng brain ko, yun yung mga unang pwedeng ako na yung gumawa, yun muna yung titirahin ko. Then kapag may mga ganyan, kasi usually naman may pupuntahan siyang meeting eh. May pupuntahan siyang, gets mo, kunyaring finalized plans, nakaschedule yan at a certain date na gagawin natin. Hinahayaan ko siya doon. Pero siguro, gagawin ko yung part ko on that task. So, kunyari, finalized plans, ang pwede kong gawin doon na immediate ay, ano yung part ko doon? And pwede ko nang umpisahan yun.
At yun dapat ang sinusulat mo.
Mm-mm.
'Di ba? So, I think, ako, yung level up sa ginagawa mo would be, I look at my list, aside from prioritizing, after prioritizing, I ask myself, ano yung dito na requires, like, it's for delegation. Diba? Let's say, kumari, ask Saab for something. I email her na agad. I do those things, or I put it on my choice of, kumari, I use Trello for my team. So, I put it in Trello para, okay, boom, check. Wala na. Yeah. And then if it's something na, kumari, let's say, schedule a date or something. Calendar entry, Google, send, invite.
Wala akong ganyan na part ng day ko. Yung schedule a date. Pero yung isa pang yung isa pang nagagawa ko na. Ewan ko, hindi to masyadong related to parang an app or ewan ko, basta yung naisip ko lang nung tinanong mo sa akin, ano pa yung nagagawa kong isa ay making sure na paano ba? May physical activity ako sa umaga. Yun kasi yung sasabi ko na nakaka-stimulate nung brain and katawan ko. Na ang dali rin kasi na, yan, you go through itong mga iba't ibang apps, upo ka kagad. Pero iba lang yung start nung day ko kapag nag-yoga ako sa umaga. And yun talaga, constant ko na siyang nagagawa. Every day.
Nice.
Oo.
Yun yung gagawin yun yung pag-usapan natin for our next pod.
Yeah.
Fitness boodles.
Actually, grabe yun.
Di ba?
Oo.
Kasi ako, alam mo naman na kaya nga nakakatawa every time nag-share screen ako. So, habang may meeting tayo, tas yung YouTube, para tingnan yung Paddy Rock, lagi na lang may maggayot sa screen. Anyway, ako ang last ko, ako naman, I'm proud to say, yung nagawa ko finally, I think I'm 2 weeks straight. Dinelete ko yung Gmail sa phone ko. And I check my emails only at a certain time na. And I really don't do it what I do at the start of the day. I ask myself, I look at my list and I ask myself, if there's only one thing that I had to do in all of these things, what would it be? I'll do it na. And then next, okay, may time pa. Hanggang 12. Kaya, and then, after that, dun na ako pwede mag-email. So, and it's honestly, it's really cleared my head. Grabe. Parang, ngayon ko lang na-realize how emails are so toxic.
Yeah.
Because it's just so much information, and sometimes, it's easy naman to answer. It's easy to but it just takes up so much of your brain.
Yeah.
Yun, so I guess this was fun. I think yung next natin will be about fitness
Yeah.
boodles. If you want, pwede bang i-tag nyo kami when you share this episode. Let us know what's the next boodle discussion. Ano Ali, musta yung do you want to promote anything for the
Ako
pod?
siguro yung final ano ko lang, thought ko lang. No, kasi ito, ano no, well, masaya matuto talaga ng mas maging productive, no? Pero yung isang sabihin ko ay kailangan productive ka rin sa pahinga. No, parang kailangan.
Hindi ako nag-agree dun.
kailangan. Sa mga nag-agree
That's
sa
true.
akin, please tag gym. Lakihan nyo yung tag. Kailangan productive ka rin sa pahinga. No? Pati yun, kailangan mong planuhin, kailangan mas kilalanin mo rin yung sarili mo. Ang point ko nito, Jim, ako kung for another pod ulit to, no? Pero parang, yun, pwede mo rin i-schedule yung, ano mo yung mga breaks mo. Kung ano yung nag-work for you. Coffee break, magnanap ka ba? 10-minute pikit ka ba and muni-muni? Parang ganun. Para mabalance lang din. I feel important din siya kasi yun, nakaka-boost din ng productivity sa buong araw yun kapag nagagawa mo siya.
Sige, yung next natin is health and wellness.
Yes, sama natin yun. Oo nga, kasi
Diba?
mind ano rin yun.
Mind
Yeah.
meditation, all these things.
Yeah.
Sige, mga hanash-hanash natin.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yun.
Ano yung latest pod mo?
Yung
Manix.
yung latest pod ay Manix Abrera. Sobrang saya ng kwentuhan namin and nag full circle talaga yun, Jim, kasi nung nagsa-start yung linya-linya, inspiration ng brand si Manix and minit pa namin siya in person, tapos nagpapatulong ako sa kanya na uy, meron kaming project linya-linya. Tapos nag-share siya ng parang minotivate niya rin ako nun to pursue the
Wow,
brand.
papakinggan ko ngayon mamaya.
Oh, masaya. And ang sobrang chill and sarap kausap ni Manix. And sa mga gustong makakuha ng promo code ng Linya-Linya X Manix Abrera, kailangan yung pakinggan yung episode na yun dahil dun ko sinabi yung discount code na yun.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Ako rin pala, magpalagay ako dito.
Yes.
Sige. Alright, thanks Ali.
Thank you, Jim.
Bye.